Dr. Laura Bellis. Thanks for tuning into today's video all about strategies for sleep. So for those of you that know me, you know how much I believe in a good night's rest. Now, I want to give you a quick checkpoint to see how you're sleeping and if maybe you could use some improvement in this area. First of all, how quickly do you fall asleep? If you fall asleep roughly within half an hour of going to bed, this is fantastic. If you're falling asleep within a minute or two of hitting the pillow, this is a sign that actually your body is needing more sleep than you're actually getting. So quicker is not always better when it comes to falling asleep. You actually want to aim for about 10 to 20 minutes is ideal. This gives your body enough time to naturally progress into sleep, but not trying to quickly get into sleep catch-up mode, which is often a lot of us because we're so exhausted. Second checkpoint is, are you waking up in the middle of the night? If you're waking up in the middle of the night to use the washroom, this is fine, but you want to make sure you're falling asleep quickly again. For some of us, we're tossing and turning and we just can't fall back asleep. This is another sign that some of our hormones may be off and there may be something else going on to keep us awake. Last but not least is, how do you feel in the morning when you wake up? So I may not be a morning person, but when you wake up in the morning, when you get out of bed, are you up and running and feeling yourself within 5, 10, 15 minutes? If you're finding you're still dragging your feet an hour after you wake up, you definitely could use some sleep help. So here are some of my tips to get you a better night's rest tonight. Number one is your sleep environment. So make sure it's a dark room. I don't mean darkish. I mean dark. I mean blackout blinds, turn your alarm clock light away from your bedside, and for some of us, we need a nighttime mask. We need a sleep mask because our body produces melatonin in the dark at night. For some of us, even having a little bit extra light in our room or in our environment before bed is enough to throw off our internal hormone production. This can actually keep you awake or have you wake up earlier in the middle of the night when you otherwise wouldn't have. The second tip I want to give you is, what are you doing before bed? Now, this is usually the hour or two before bed. So are you winding down? Are you turning off screens about an hour before bed? If you are the type of person to look at your phone and check your status updates a minute before you hit the pillow, try and increase this time. Try and increase the amount of time that you're awake and getting ready for bed without the screens on. So for some of us, this may only be a minute and we may have to work our way up to 5, 10, and 15 minutes. The ideal amount of no screens before bed is about an hour, but a lot of my patients feel that half an hour is plenty and they're waking up much more rested and falling asleep much easier. The last tip is, if you're finding your body is tired but your mind is on overactive mode, you may want to have a bedside journal. Now, this doesn't mean a diary. This actually may just be a scrap of paper or a notebook that you can write down your thoughts at that moment or what you're planning for the next day on that piece of paper. It allows the thoughts to have a place besides your own head, and it helps your body get that mental signal to relax and get into a deep sleep. So, what are your favorite sleep tips? Is there anything else that you find is an absolute winner that you want to share? Please leave them in the comments below. And here's to a good night's sleep tonight.